Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel where we still love reviews and tutorials. My name is Firenza. If you're new here, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Join the little family over here and make sure you hit that little bell notification button next to it so you can get notified when I post new videos. All right, so welcome back to part 3 of my eyeshadow series. Look, y'all, I'm sorry that it took me so long to get this up. This has been a crazy few weeks at work, and frankly, like when I'm stressed out at work, afterwards I just want to shut my laptop and do nothing. And so even though I love doing makeup and I love sitting in front of my camera and recording, sometimes I just need a break. And the process of like recording a video, editing it, and posting it on YouTube can be pretty tedious and a long process. So, you know, I appreciate you guys' grace. Thank y'all so much for subscribing and still rocking with me even when I'm not the most consistent. But let's just go ahead and get right into this tutorial. Okay, so I zoomed y'all in so y'all can see all of my imperfections, but also so you can see what I'm doing. So I'm just taking my Real Techniques 402 brush, which is just like a really big fluffy brush, and I'm just buffing out the base that I already put there just so that there won't be any creases. So today I'm actually going to be using the ElfxChipotle palette. I filmed this video once already and I just was not here for the look. So I have used this palette, but isn't it so pretty, y'all? Like, look at these colors. I don't think I have the little sleeve that has all of the names on them anymore, but y'all, get into it. I'm gonna start off by going in with a transition shade. So I'm just gonna use this shade here as my transition shade. I'm going in with a relatively large fluffy brush, and I'm just going to put that right in my crease. Now, the first time that I used this palette, I'm gonna be honest, I was not at all impressed. And it appears that these are the same. The same thing is happening. I just feel like it's not going on even. It's not blending out well. It's very like, it's skipping and patchy. Ooh, Elf, baby, this is not it. When I'm putting shades in my crease, I just go ahead and go back and forth and sort of do like a back and forth and then a circular, you know, so I'm going back and forth with my circular motions. Okay, so once you have that color down, it doesn't really matter too much if it's patchy for your transition shade, because you're just gonna put colors on top of that. So it's not that big of a deal, but yeah. So now I'm gonna go into this darker shade, the darker brown shade, this one right here. And this is where you start to build on your halo. For the halo, well, I guess the surrounding components of the halo. I don't know what part is considered the halo. So we're just going to take a small, this is my Lamora crease brush. It's the number 112. And I'm just going to pack it onto my brush, and I'm just going to pack it right onto the corner of my eye, like right on the lid. And I'm just tapping it in, because the idea here again is to pack that color on right on the outer crease. I mean, right on the outer corner of your eye. Now for the inner corner, I try to be a little bit more intentional about the inner corner and what brushes I use. So I'm gonna put this one down, and I'm gonna get my eyeshadow C brush from Elf. Y'all know how I feel about this brush because I used it in my last video. If you have not watched my last video, make sure you do that. So I'm gonna go ahead and take the eyeshadow C brush. Y'all know that this is the round top brush that is flat. So I'm going to take that same brown shade, and I'm actually going to take this and put it right on the inner corner of my eye. Same thing we just did with the other brush, and we're just going to pack that on. Pack it on. And you can bring it a little bit up higher than your crease. But again, just packing it on, not going anywhere with it. Now, as you can see, we are leaving the middle of our eyelid blank for now. And this is really what creates that halo effect. And you'll see what I mean in a second. So we're gonna take a small blending brush. This is another go-to brush for me that I talked about in my brushes video. This is the Morphe M507 brush. It's a really small blending brush. I'm actually gonna take this just blank and not put anything on it. And I'm just gonna take this and buff out the edges of that. So using those small circular motions, I'm gonna blend out the edges of the brown that we just laid down. And of course on the outer corner, I'm gonna wing it out. It's really easy to get messy with a halo eye because unlike a smoky eye, which you would be blending out all over your lid, you do want to leave that space so that the pigment that you put on top can shine through. So that's why I'm using this small brush, and I'm also using really small circular motions as opposed to wiping or windshield wiper or larger circular motions. I don't want that to look like too blended out, especially since this palette ain't the best. I was just like here for the colors, and that's neither here nor there. We already have like the foundation of the halo eye down. So there are a couple different ways that you can add the pigment in the middle. Some people will add two different colors. Usually it's a shimmer shade, and that's what we're going to do today. But the two different ones that people will usually add is a darker shimmer and then a lighter shimmer. So I'm going to do that today. And none of these are really as dark as I probably need them to be. Okay, well, we're gonna have to mix it up some. I think I'm gonna have to go in with my Chocolates mini palette from Juvia's Place. And I'm actually gonna go in with this shade here. I'm just gonna go into that dark shade from the Juvia's Place palette. And what I'm gonna do is go just on the outer part of the empty space. So y'all see I still left some space, and I'm actually going to do the same thing on the other side of that empty space, just a little teeny bit, and we're going to kind of blend it in with the brown color so we can see the halo starting to come together now. It almost looks like a spotlight on your eye, which is why I love this look so much. So we're going to go back into the Chipotle palette. And I think I'm actually going to go in. I like this purple color, but I don't know if it's giving what it's supposed to give or what it was supposed to have gave.
It's not even giving what y'all said it was supposed to give. No, I wasted my money.
And I think I'm actually going to go in with this shade. Y'all can't really see it, but it's like a gold color. And I'm going to pop that right in the center. I actually don't think that this is giving off all that I wanted to give off. Like I almost wanted to be like more sparkly on the middle part of my eye. So there's another shade in this palette, this one right here, that is a little bit more like gold. So I'm going to take this one on my brush, and I'm going to pop that like literally right over top of what we just did. And that gives us a little bit more brightness and adds even more dimension. I'm going to take a small round brush, like a eyeshadow brush, but it's really small. And I'm going to use this to take that brown shade from the outer corners of our eyes and pack that right underneath of my eye. the lighter brown color that we put in our transition as our transition shade, like really, really light. And matter of fact, that's a little bit too much. Just a little bit, and smoke that out right along that edge. All right, and to finish it off, I think I'm gonna take that same color that we first put down in the center, not the really bright color, but the darker gold color, on just a fluffy pencil brush, and I'm just gonna pack that or put that right in the inner corner as a little bit of highlight. All right, y'all, so that's it. I'm just gonna pop on some lashes and some mascara, and I'll be right back to give y'all my final thoughts. All right, y'all, so this is the final look. It's a really simple look. The reason I love halo eyes so much is because they can be very simple yet very glam. I hope that you guys enjoyed this quick little tutorial, a quick few thoughts about this palette. It ain't it, Elf. I don't really know what y'all was doing, but the colors are great. Like, the concept was awesome, but the way that these colors and these shades was blending out, I'm not here for it. So I wouldn't recommend spending your coins on that one, but I do think that you can achieve this look with pretty much any, you know, neutral looking palette. I hope this was super easy for you guys to follow along. Make sure you check out the rest of the videos in my series, and make sure you're following me on Instagram at Firenza Monet. I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.